Hi guys, today I'm going to show you this pull-through braided updo. I'm going to start with one small section on the side and I'm going to tie it off with a clear elastic, and then I'm going to pinch and pull the top of this section to detail. Then I'm going to add in a piece from each side and I'm going to wrap those over the top of my first section and band those off with a clear elastic and detail those out. Next, I'm going to split my first section in half, and I'm going to wrap it over top of my second section before I also add in hair from each side, making sure I'm adding in some from the top of the head as well, and then I'm going to tie that off. And as I detail, I'm going to detail both the hair that I wrapped around and the hair that I added in. As you can see, I left some face framing pieces down intentionally so I can add those in later. And I'm going to continue this same pattern down the head. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing down the other side of the head. Throughout this, I've been using the Moroccan Oil Hydrating Styling Cream throughout the hair as needed to ensure that the hair is nice and smooth. I've also been combing and brushing through it to make sure that it's smooth. This will help you to avoid any frizz or tangles as you're detailing. Notice how as I detail, I'm pinching that elastic in place with one hand and detailing with the other to make sure that elastic doesn't slip out of place. And I'm going to detail all the way up through the crown to make sure that I have the volume that I want. I'm also going to leave a little bit of hair down on the neck to add in later as well. As I'm getting to the center of the back of the head, I'm going to start alternating back and forth to complete this braid to make sure that I avoid any gaps or bubbles in the hair and they meet gracefully in the center. And this is the last one where I'm actually adding in hair from the head that hasn't been added in yet. And then I'm going to continue this braid down on each side one more time, only by wrapping around the hair in the elastic underneath over top of each side, as you can see right here. And then I'm going to combine all of that into one elastic, and I'm going to detail that out a little bit. This is going to provide a nice base for my updo with some nice volume and hold underneath. Then I'm going to take one section from each side, and I'm using my topsy tail tool here to wrap it up and over that braid, and I'm pinning that down into place. This is just a really simple way to make a bun. I'm going to tuck that braid underneath and pin that. And the same thing with my last remaining big section. I'm going to use my topsy tail tool and I'm going to pull that up and over the braid and pin that down into place. And make sure I really secure those well. With the ends hanging at the bottom, I'm going to use my topsy tail tool the opposite way to wrap those up and over the bun, to have some nice little wispies hanging over top of the bun. A topsy tail tool is a must-have in every bridal kit. You can order them on Amazon really cheap. That's where I get mine, and I use them all the time. I love them. And I'm going to keep using that same topsy tail tool to weave some of these remaining pieces I left out through anywhere that needs filled in or that I want to add little wispies. This one I'm just going to wrap with a bobby pin under to hide it. And here I'm going to finish off my detailing with my topsy tail tool anywhere that I want to add a little hair towards the back and just let it hang really naturally and effortlessly towards the back. And I'm going to make sure that there's no gaps here between my bun and my braid and pin that in place. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. If you try this, tag me at Updos by Jocelyn.